I think, difference between how maybe someone like me views labs to maybe your primary care or OB-GYN is firstly, I order more labs. So in general, um, our traditional family medicine OB-GYN, they're going to just really the amount of data they gather is very small. So there's only so much we can assess from a small data set, right? And so when we look at integrative functional medicine, we're casting a bit wider net because we want to get some of that data as well as we need to personalize it based on what's going on with you as far as review of symptoms, review of systems, as well as past medical history. So also the way I look at labs is if you've looked at lab testing, which I'm sure all of y'all have had labs before, you can see your value. And if you go over to the right, you see kind of a reference value. If you're, older like me and have gotten lots of lab work done, you may have noticed over the years how that lab reference range changes. Okay, it basically that reference range is compared, you're put in the subset of people who actually go get labs. Okay. So who gets labs? Not typical, we're in a little bit of a subset that we're wanting to be preventative, we're wanting to be proactive. But if you're going to go get labs, usually you've got something wrong. You're not of optimal health. So the idea is that reference range is going to change based on the people getting labs in the data set. So I don't know about you. I don't want to be compared. I don't want to be going for, suboptimal. I want to be living optimal and vital and stay as healthy as possible as long as possible. So when we look at these ranges, we really have to think about, okay, where within the range am I sitting? Based on my risk factors, based on what's going on, do I need to be here or do I need to be closer to the upper end of the range? And depending on the lab test and the lab value, it's gonna vary, right? And so not only am I taking into account a little bit of your history, I'm also looking at the ranges and I'm looking at optimizing because I want you to stay feeling your best as long as possible in